Hello, this is Pleasant Salicki calling in, sharing in from my home office sanctuary here in Washington, D.C. And today I'm going to read to you a little bit from my tiny book, Little Love Letters on Weaving Ayurvedic Wisdom into Daily Life. I'm going to read to you from one of the chapters, and the format is in love letters to my children about the wisdom of Ayurveda. Dear, it depends. Dear Sailor and Milo, writing these letters to you has been so helpful in remembering when I fell in love with this healing life wisdom of Ayurveda. I hope you are starting to fall into its magic and power, and if not, don't worry. I'll keep coming back. It will keep coming back in lots of interesting ways throughout your life. Today, I want to tell you about the saying I use at least 5 times a week with my clients and in students and in healing circles. It depends. Let me explain. In our modern wellness culture and society, we have so much information coming at us. 10 steps to losing weight, 5 ways to your best night of sleep, healthiest green smoothies to start your day. But with all this information and experts telling us what to do, we lose sight of our own inner guidance, our inner voice, and intuition. Ayurveda is about returning to this intuitive wisdom. We have so much deep knowing and intelligence inside of us that we can access. But if we only go externally for the answers, we forget. I'm here to remind you to remember. Listen to your inner guidance and let it help you navigate your unique path. You, my darlings, are like no other. Think about it. Most modern families and modern lives go something like this. Kids look at their parents to teach and tell them what to do, and then kids go to school where educators teach and tell them what to do, and right into the workforce where their boss will teach and tell them what to do. Oh, and not to mention if you get sick and the only answer becomes ask a doctor. Yikes. There you are again being told what to do. This can be years and years and years of your life where you never get a chance to stop and ask your inner guidance, your intuition, your intuitive knowing. Hey, what do you need today? What are you longing for? How can I take care of you? This whole cycle and system is where we start to lose trust of our gut sense and knowing. I want to say here, I love modern medicine and ancient medicine too. We need natural medicine and allopathic. We need both. It becomes a problem when we only use external modalities of healing and doctors and care and the medical model for all of our mind, body, and soul challenges, rather than pausing to go inward to see if there's some information trying to be communicated from the body that we can work with. So I just want to be clear that we love and use both. Problems arise when parents or teachers or doctors or our bosses are always telling us what they think we should do. And we only seek advice outside of ourselves. From therapy to medical practice to going to our friends or our spouses once you're older, but we only get externally. When we only get external, that's where problems arise. There's awareness on the inside. And I know very few people in our current society who use this wisdom and integrate it into how they work, live, play, and rest. This can cause a lot of issues later in life as you grow up and think, yikes, I don't even know what I need. What's best for me? It's been so long since I heard or listened to my inner guidance. I don't even know what that feels like. And over time, the separation from our inner guidance can build into deep sadness, disconnection, and even despair. That's what I was tapping into after my talk with Belinda. I tell that story in an earlier chapter. All right, so let's go towards the end of this chapter. When things arise for you in your body, mind, or spirit, because we do not separate them in Ayurveda, we see body, mind, and spirit as one, as interconnected. You might even have a light mindset. You might feel scattered and not grounded and not clear. I want you to take time to pause and reflect and go inward to align and attune with your body and the qualities and the symptoms that you notice. Ayurvedic wisdom has so many fun remedies that you can learn about and create for yourself. One of my favorite pitta remedies is to stop and smell the roses. This helps when we're getting too rigid about our work or productivity or stressed out about school. That happens a lot with pitta nature, and pausing, relaxing, and smelling the flowers around our life is a really beautiful remedy. Some basic teachings of how Ayurveda works. One, everything in our world and everything that is living, which we are part of, is made up of elements. Two, these elements have qualities that we're interacting with and in relationship with all the time through our senses. Three, when we notice a symptom or a quality coming up that's not good for us, causing some kind of physical or spiritual or emotional harm, we can start to be more engaged and active with balancing the qualities using our own intuition and wisdom of the balancing over time. Like attracts like, and opposite qualities balance can bring us into a healthier, more vital range. And four, lastly, we bring this all together in alignment and attunement and affirmation that these basic practices of elements and senses and looking for ways to call in and strengthen the healthiest versions of ourselves and the doshas can help us nourish at all levels. I'll just close with this. This is a total paradigm shift from the current wellness and medical models and norms and culture we live in, where we pay attention to symptoms and quick fixes with band-aids and medications, and we don't spend time to look at the root causes. Side note, nothing against medications. They are wonderfully helpful in saving lives every single day. In Ayurveda, the emotional, relational, psychological realms are invited to be also part of this conversation. They also have a voice. So don't be so hard on yourself about mastering this now. This is a beautiful art and science where we can take our time to go slow, pay attention, pay attention. My darlings, I want you to know that you are your best teacher, guide, and healer for your life. Remember that always. Love, Mumbo Mama. Hope you enjoyed.